Okay, so you should be familiar with your graphs of trigonometric functions from GCSE. Here we've got sine and cos and some important points. Sine is 0 at 0 degrees. It's equal to 1 at 90 degrees, 0 at 180, negative 1 at 270, and 0 at 360. And the sine graph keeps on repeating itself. It repeats itself every 360 degrees. So the graph would go on like this in the positive direction and repeat like this in the negative direction. It goes on in both directions to infinity. And as it repeats itself every 360 degrees, we say that the period of the sine graph is equal to 360 degrees. Or if you're working in radians, that is 2 pi. The cos graph looks very similar to the sine graph, and if we think about it in terms of transformations, it's actually the sine graph shifted to the left by 90 degrees. Some important points on the cos graph: cos of 0 is 1, cos of 90 is 0, cos of 180 is negative 1, cos of 270 is 0, and cos of 360 is equal to 1. Just like the sine graph, it repeats itself and it has a period also of 360 degrees. Another graph you should be familiar with from GCSE is the graph of y equals tan x. Now, some important points on this graph: tan of 0 is equal to 0, and unlike sine and cos, it takes values outside the range of -1 and 1. As the angle tends towards 90, the tan of that angle tends towards infinity, and we have an asymptote at 90 degrees. This asymptote repeats itself every 180 degrees, as the tan graph has period of 180 degrees.